Continuing on with how to incorporate these very important concepts into therapy with students that are higher functioning but may not have the best of insight or understanding into social situations, I present the idea of digital pragmatics. Social skills for when our digital world and our real world intersect. And this goes beyond just netiquette. Netiquette would be when we're focusing on how to politely interact with each other online, and the focus is on the communication partner at the other end of the screen. Digital pragmatics goes a little bit deeper and helps them to translate into real life. The focus is on those that are actually present. We teach them how to interact with others when devices are being used. The focus could be on greetings or how to initiate a conversation when we're using screens. So we're essentially teaching them what phubbing is and why that's considered rude. We're not only teaching them how to avoid phubbing, but also how to identify when somebody is doing it to us and what's the reasoning behind it. Here is a visual tool that can really assist during those functional activities. This is my revised joint attention meter. My original joint attention meter appeared in my first webinar through Northern Speech that was addressing screen time. I've revised this tool based on questions that I've had children ask me during therapy sessions. I've carefully considered comments that children have actually made while I was using this tool in therapy. This is available in the therapy download section for you to use in your sessions. Please customize it for your specific goals and activities. You'll notice that this time I have made sure there are 2 people in each illustration. The idea is to show the impact the screens can have on communication with those present. So what the tool tries to do is kind of create a spectrum of the degree of social communication that's involved in different screen scenarios. At the top of the joint attention meter next to the green, you will see social communication involving a screen. As we continue down the 5-point scale, you will see less and less social communication happening. The very bottom, the red section, is next to a scene with basically no social communication occurring. The green section naturally highlights where we would see something like AAC. Yes, we have a screen involved. However, there is only one screen and it's used for the purpose of directly communicating with somebody else that's present. And that person is likely within close proximity as well. The idea that I had in mind was to create visuals that could show students both the concept of time and how communication has been impacted by technology, and focus on the idea that some of this technology came from people wanting to enhance their communication with one another. And this is exactly the reason why we're in the speech and language room in the first place. I also wanted to create visuals that could be used for a variety of activities. I started with the vocabulary activities, and I wanted to create visuals that were highly interesting to the students. So for example, when I had students working on compare and contrast, I could then have them make a Venn diagram of a smartphone versus a tablet, or a typewriter versus a computer, and talk about those differences and be able to connect that to a time. I used Google Images to obtain the photos on my wall. I have to admit that, and I did that not in the presence of the children. I had the pictures after I cut them out and put them on cardstock laminated so that they could easily come off of the wall and be brought to the table for specific activities.